On top of Gotham's Statue of Freedom, the Dark Knight meets one of his underworld informants, Twitch. Twitch says he's been running errands for a mysterious organization, the Society of Shadows. He mentions that they are planning a heist of a high-tech weapon, and that their leader goes by the name Vertigo. Just then, two ninjas from the society appear and attack. In the ensuing fight, Twitch is thrown off the statue's head and into the sea. Luckily, he survives. Batman overpowers the two ninjas initially, but they take the back door to the Crown of Lady Liberty. Batman skillfully chases them down and knocks them over, but before he can interrogate them, they release gas canisters from their masks, sending them both into catatonic states. In the far outskirts, a woman is watching all of this unfold with her binoculars. Batman appears at the firing range in Gotham Police Headquarters, where Commissioner James Gordon is practicing alone. Batman relays the night's events, then guesses that the target of the planned heist is Wayne Enterprises' new ultrasonic drill, being delivered that night by train. At the rail station, when the drill is unloaded, Lucius Fox and Harvey Bullock appear to ensure maximum security, but the entire security detail is incapacitated by waves of vertigo, emitted through an eye patch worn by Vertigo himself. As his men take the drill, Batman appears and tries to intervene, but he is too disoriented by the vertigo effect. Nevertheless, Batman still forces Vertigo into a corner. When Vertigo is about to attack, a dart is fired at him. He turns and sees a mysterious woman aiming another shot, and flees with the drill as his men arrive in a helicopter. Batman does the research in his Batcave while Alfred shares his wisdom. Batman tracks the society to an abandoned cathedral outside Gotham. While searching the surrounding forest, he notices soldiers of the League tracking the same woman who appeared at his duel with Vertigo. The soldiers attack the woman, trying to capture her, so Batman decides to help and loses his utility belt in the process. Then they are both attacked by the society. The woman proves herself more than capable in combat, and they have gained the upper hand when two more agents appear above them and fire the drill at them. The ground crumbles beneath their feet, dropping them into an underground cavern and knocking them unconscious. They wake up in a room. Batman finds that the woman, whose name is Talia, has removed his mask to care for his wounds. She explains that Vertigo used to be a servant of her father, who sent her to punish him. She proposes a temporary partnership. Batman is disappointed, as he has lost his belt, but Talia picks the lock, manages to open the locked door, and they make their way into the main hallway. They secretly take out a couple of soldiers from behind and find a door leading to the lab. As soon as they enter, the door seals behind them and the vertigo effect hits them. At the other end of the room, Vertigo explains that he's making his departure, but he's planted identical devices in the walls which will continue the effect after he leaves, thus making it impossible for them to avoid the room's booby traps. Batman takes Talia's arm and asks her to trust him. They make their way slowly across the room, narrowly avoiding booby traps such as trapdoors and arrows with his guidance. When they reach the other end, they pass through a door and the vertigo effect stops. When Talia asks how he resisted the effect, Batman says he kept his eyes closed, relying instead on his hearing and other senses. Brilliant. They climb the stairs of the bell tower. Vertigo is carrying the drill to a helicopter on Zenith. Seeing them, furious as he is, he activates his vertigo effect, throwing them off balance, then fires the drill, tearing away the stone steps. Unable to stop falling, both Batman and Talia jump forward and grab the bell ropes in the bell. The bells issue a thunderous ringing, causing Vertigo to drop the drill and stumble with his hands pressed to his ears. He tumbles out of the tower, falling into a river flowing beneath. Batman carries the drill back toward the Batwing, telling Talia that both their jobs are done. She says not quite, and points her gun at him. At her order, he hands over the drill, but not before slipping a small device into its barrel. As the helicopter lands to lift Talia off, Batman vows that their business is not yet settled. As the helicopter flies over the mountains, Talia informs her father via video phone that she has succeeded. He congratulates her and suggests that she test the drill. She aims the drill out the window at a nearby mountain and pulls the trigger. Then the concealed device explodes, causing the weapon to short-circuit and overheat, forcing her to drop it. As she rages over the phone, her father coolly shuts off the line, impressed that Batman has achieved a victory even in defeat. He also vows that their business with Batman isn't settled, even in defeat. You should never underestimate the Dark Knight. On one stormy night, Robin returns to Gotham University and sneaks into his college room using a grappler. But waiting for him is a group of bandits. Before he can escape, they hit him with a tranquilizer dart, and he falls unconscious. The leader of the group, a man in a jackal mask, is pleased. Later, Batman returns to the Batcave and tells Alfred that Robin has been missing for 2 days and his searches have been fruitless. Alfred gives him an envelope addressed to Bruce Wayne. He opens it and is shocked to find a note inside referring to him as Batman. The note is attached to a picture of Robin tied up. Bruce becomes furious, learning that Robin has been abducted. Just then a mysterious man and his servant enter the Batcave, revealing that they know who he is. As Batman demands their true selves, the servant throws a dagger at him. The man introduces himself as Ra's al Ghul and his servant as Ub. He tells Batman that Robin and his daughter Talia were abducted on the same night, and proposes an alliance. As they talk, Roz begins coughing explosively but waves off Batman's offer to help, saying he is simply very old. Based on clues in the photograph, Batman deduces that they must be in Kolkata. As they start to exit the cave, Batman starts to walk past Roz, but Ubu, overzealous, shoves him back, calling him infidel. Batman angrily does nothing, counting Ubu's reaction as strike one. On Ra's plane, he explains that he deduced Batman's secret identity based on a worldwide survey of goods bought that could be used as equipment. After Talia saw him without his mask, her description was all that was necessary to confirm his identity as Bruce Wayne. Ra's begins coughing again, and Batman expresses concern. Ra's tells him that he's fine, as Napoleon himself once told him, a strong will can aid a weak body. Batman gets the feeling Ra's isn't being completely honest with him. Finally, they make it to India and search for the mercenary cult supposedly responsible for the kidnappings. Ubu once again pushes Batman back so that Ra's may go first, which Batman considers strike two. The mercenaries attack and Batman easily defeats them as Ra's watches closely, smiling with satisfaction. Batman interrogates one of them and learns they have taken the captives to Malaysia. While driving through a rainforest in Malaysia, Ra's goes on at length about humanity's destruction of the environment. Batman defends Wayne Enterprises' environmental activity, but Ra's says that force is required, not just money. They make it to a temple and Batman goes inside and sees a map. He is too late when he finds out that it's a trap. The door is closed, and a Black Panther is released into the room. Batman and the Panther fight for a moment, but its abilities are no match for Batman's skills and ingenuity. He finally manages to defeat the Panther by using a sleeping gas capsule on it. With the Panther sedated, Ra's al Ghul comes in with the help of his servant Ubu. They find a map indicating a location in the Himalayas once again. They head out, but this time Batman lets Ra's go first. Hiding his mocking grin, even Ubu is grateful for his action. Ra's has prepared his helicopter to take them to the location, and they discuss further on their ride over the Himalayas. Batman prepares to parachute down while Ra's and Ubu wait in the helicopter. Ra's starts coughing again, and Ubu mentions how they must get him to one of the pits. No sooner has Batman jumped than while making his descent, he sees a missile launched that zooms past him and destroys the helicopter. Batman lands, and quickly disguises himself as a member of the team of armed thugs arriving at the crash site, looking for survivors. As they shoot at a sleeping bag, Batman sneaks behind them, attacks them and finally defeats them with ease. Batman tracks the marks left behind by the thugs all the way to a dark cave series on top of a mountain. As he enters the cave, he sees someone sitting on a chair at the far end of the hallway. He recognizes Robin, and just then a group of thugs jumps down from the ceiling and Batman prepares for a fight. They are no match for him, and with time Batman manages to knock them all out. Robin is free. Just then the torches are lit and the jackal-masked man enters, applauding. Batman unmasks him, revealing Ra's al Ghul. Ra's asks how long Batman has been onto him. Batman replies, from the very beginning. The only way Ra's al Ghul could have known Robin and Talia were kidnapped on the same night is if he himself had done it. The thugs who attacked them always knew exactly where they were and when they'd be there. Finally, the one time Ubu didn't care that Batman walked ahead of Ra's was when he entered the temple to confront the Black Panther, something beyond Ra's control. Ra's is highly impressed. Talia appears beside him, declaring his interest at an end. Batman starts to leave with Robin. Ubu tries to force him to stay, but Batman overpowers him, calling for strike three. Ra's laughs and explains that the whole thing was a test. He needs a man to succeed him as ruler of his vast empire, and Batman has now proven his worthiness, and because Talia loves him. Though temporarily surprised, Batman still refuses, much to Talia's disappointment. Ra's declares them to be enemies but is overcome by a coughing fit and collapses to the floor. Talia says that he must be taken to the Lazarus Pit, a source of mysterious chemicals that have kept him alive for 600 years. At her urging, Batman helps lower Ra's into the pit, and it succeeds too well. Ra's jumps out of the pit with the speed and strength of a young man, laughing maniacally. Talia tries to calm him, but he lifts her into the air and prepares to throw her into the pit. Batman interferes and tries to stop him, but Ra's kicks him off like a football and continues to laugh like a madman. As Ra's al Ghul prepares to throw Talia into the Lazarus Pit, Ubu tells Batman that the chemicals will kill a healthy person. Batman uses a grapple to pull Ra's back and forces him to drop Talia. Batman steps forward and catches Talia, who comes flying through the air. She then confronts her father and slaps him. He instantly regains his senses. Ra's thanks her for restoring his sanity and Batman for saving Talia's life. They explain that the pit will make someone momentarily insane and that it won't work forever. Ra's repeats his offer. Batman hesitates, momentarily captivated but still refuses. In the end, Ra's decides that he'll have to kill Batman and activates a self-destruct sequence on the stronghold. Talia is upset at leaving Bruce behind, but Ra's claims that they must depart and go to their desert stronghold. Batman and Robin are locked inside the room while it starts to crumble. Fortunately, they are able to grab onto the rope used to lower Ra's into the pit and climb out to safety. They finally emerge from the pit at the top of a cliff in the Himalayan mountain range. After a daring escape involving jumping down cliffs and avoiding an avalanche, the duo sees Ra's leave in a private plane. Robin claims he heard the word Horus several times, The duo reaches Wayne Enterprises' Nepal branch and resume their mission. Looking it up at Wayne Enterprises' computers, Bruce and Dick discover that it refers to a satellite that orbits the Sahara Desert. Taking a plane to the desert, Batman infiltrates the stronghold by stealing the uniform of one of the thugs and joining a caravan. Once inside, he sneaks away, but Ubu finds him and attacks him. Batman is more than a match for his enemy but is soon attacked by a large gang and captured. Ubu prepares to kill Batman, but Reyes shows up and orders Ubu to stop. They unmask Batman. Reyes is impressed and wants him alive to witness what he's going to do. Reyes then orders them to take away Batman's utility belt and to search him, which results in removing his cape, gloves and shirt. Batman then tells Reyes that he has nothing to lose in hearing his plan. Reyes, seeing that he owes Batman that much, explains that he intends to detonate bombs in Lazarus pits around the world. This will cause them to overflow, covering the Earth in chemicals that will kill approximately 2 billion people and restore most of the world's ecosystem. Batman calls Reyes completely insane, which only enrages Reyes and Ubu. Before Ubu can do further harm, Reyes stops him and orders Batman locked up. However, just before they do so, Talia briefly stops them and, much to Batman's surprise, kisses. Talia says it's her way of making sure he remembers her, and they continue taking Batman to his cell. Locked up and guarded, Batman soon finds a lockpick in his mouth, revealing Talia planted it during the kiss, and Batman escapes. Reyes activates the bomb countdown despite Talia's protest. Batman, however, has other plans. He detonates a room full of explosives. The resulting blasts force Reyes' men away while Batman attempts to shut down the countdown. Ubu attacks him, but Batman easily defeats him. Reyes decides to take a personal stake in things and confronts Batman with a sword. Batman arms himself and the two duel. Their fight rages toward the top of the pit. Batman hurls his sword at the signal device, stopping the countdown. Reyes attacks in rage but loses his balance and falls toward the pit. Batman tries to save him, but Reyes refuses and lets go, plunging into the Lazarus chemicals. Batman looks away while Talia appears and mourns her father's death. Later, Batman and Talia leave the stronghold. Talia explains that while she shares her father's vision, she won't go to his lengths to achieve it. Batman reassures her. Soon, Robin readies the plane. Talia asks if she is now his prisoner, but instead of answering, Batman passionately kisses her. True love cannot be hid. Batman boards the plane and they go their separate ways. Robin asks if they've seen the last of Ra's al Ghul. Batman believes Ra's is gone. However, deep within the pit, Ra's emerges from the Lazarus waters laughing maniacally. Seems there's much more to come in the battles with Ra's al Ghul. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, share and subscribe for more awesome videos. Have a nice